These guys are about to try and overthrow an entire government using nothing but a few rusty boats, a couple hundred soldiers, and the power of wishful thinking. In this video, we're diving into Operation Green Sea, the time Portugal launched a secret amphibious raid that went so wrong, it backfired spectacularly for everyone, except the guys they rescued. So let's set the scene. It's 1970, and Portugal is basically that guy at the party who doesn't realize the party's been over for like a decade. While everyone else is decolonizing, Portugal is in a three-front war in Africa trying to keep its territories. Our main focus is a little place called Portuguese Guinea, where an independence group called the PAIGC is handing the Portuguese army its own butt on a regular basis. The PAIGC is led by this brilliant guy, Amílcar Cabral. And where does he run his whole operation from? Not Portuguese Guinea. He set up shop right next door in the independent nation of Guinea, ruled by President Sékou Touré. Touré is letting the PAIGC use his country like a free military Airbnb. He's giving them supplies, training grounds, the whole 9 yards. To make matters worse, the PAIGC is holding 26 Portuguese soldiers as prisoners of war in the Guinean capital, Conakry. So the Portuguese leadership comes up with a plan. They called it Operation Green Sea. The plan had 3 simple goals. 1. Storm Conakry and free the Portuguese POWs. 2. Destroy all the PAIGC's ships and their headquarters. And 3, the big one, help a bunch of local dissidents overthrow President Touré and install a new pro-Portuguese government. So on the night of November 21st, 1970, about 220 Portuguese commandos and another 200 Guinean dissidents approached Conakry in a bunch of unmarked ships. The commander, a dude named Amílcar Cabral, is leading the charge. They land on the beaches, completely undetected. The city is asleep. One team heads for the prison camp holding the Portuguese POWs. Another team makes a beeline for the PAIGC headquarters and their little fleet of patrol boats docked in the harbor. And the third team, the Guinean dissidents, heads for the presidential palace to bag themselves a president. Team POW Rescue, they absolutely crushed it. They storm the prison, overwhelm the guards in a textbook takedown, and free all 26 of their comrades without losing a single man. Mission 1 is a massive success. Team PAIGC Wrecking Crew makes it to the harbor and finds the supply boats. They start planting charges, and boom, the PAIGC Navy is turned into underwater reefs. But when they kick down the doors of the HQ to capture the rebel leader Amílcar Cabral, silence. The place is empty. Turns out Cabral is in Europe. The commandos are standing in an empty office with guns drawn. Team Regime Change, the dissidents, storm the presidential palace. They're shooting out windows, tossing grenades, raising hell. But there's one small issue. President Touré isn't at the palace. He's actually miles away at his summer residence. They completely choke on their other objectives. They fail to seize the airport's control tower, and crucially, they never take the radio station. That means they can't tell the people, hey, we're in charge now. Instead, the radio stays silent, the people stay confused, and the popular uprising is just a bunch of guys shooting at empty buildings. And the local army is waking up. Tanks are revving their engines. And the Portuguese realize a massive threat is sitting right on the tarmac. Guinean MiG fighter jets. If those things get airborne, the extraction boats are sitting ducks. A squad of commandos sprints onto the airfield. They slap plastic explosives right onto the fuselages of the parked MiGs. They blow the enemy air force to pieces right on the ground. It's a tactical win, but it's too late for the coup. The city is swarming with angry local troops. Commander Cabral looks at the rising sun, looks at his exhausted men, and realizes they aren't liberators, they're targets. By 9 a.m., barely 7 hours after landing, the call is made to bail. They shove the freed POWs onto the boats and gun the engines. They leave behind a burning harbor, a confused city, and a failed revolution. So what happened next? Well, Portugal got a serious slap on the wrist. The UN Security Council condemned the invasion, and everyone pretty much knew Portugal did it, even though they denied everything. It was a huge diplomatic embarrassment. President Sékou Touré, having just survived a foreign-backed coup attempt, went into full-blown paranoia mode. He used the raid as the perfect excuse to eliminate anyone he even slightly suspected of being an enemy. He launched what became known as the Permanent Purge. A special Supreme Revolutionary Tribunal was set up. Hundreds were arrested. Army officers, government ministers, foreign nationals. After public show trials, dozens were publicly hanged, and hundreds more were sentenced to life in prison camps, where many were tortured and starved. What's the craziest, most ill-conceived military plan you've ever heard of? Drop it in the comments below. Go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Catch you next time.